morning, everyone. And I'm not going to stop here because I am multicasting to other places, but I guess I got a notification that it isn't working to my social media on Facebook. That's okay. Perfectly all right. We will continue to move forward and share all the other ways that we can. So good morning and God bless you. I'm Dana Williamson with B.A.D, Blessed Anointed Destiny LLC, the original B.A.D Queen of the Round Table. And as you can see, I'm not in my car, which is really funny from time to time because I always find myself having a lot of these video conversations or going live when I'm in my car. And the blessing part about it is that the blessing part about it is that I have been able to rearrange my schedule to be able to be in my home office and not always in the vehicle. So on Mondays, I'm doing everything 100% from the office. So this is office number one because this office is very important. Can I say something before we do some housekeeping? Office, I'm a ministry leader. And as a ministry leader, there aren't any office hours. On Sabbath day, I don't do much of anything at all. It is my self care day. But as ministry, there aren't any office hours. So it doesn't have an office. There is no office one, there is no office two for ministry. It just is. It's who I am, it's who God called me to be. Office number one is my business because that's what God gave me to do. That's the gifts inside of me to present to all of you. Office number two is rideshare. Now that I've got that bit of housekeeping out of the way, again, I'm with B.A.D, Blessed Anointed Destiny LLC, the original B.A.D Queen of the Round Table. I am commonly referred to as B.A.D Coach Dana. I am a business and lifestyle counselor for women of faith who find themselves at a fork in the road of their businesses and they want to get past that fork in the road. And when they want to get past the fork in the road, I really tell them, you know what? Let's just plow down the middle. Let's plow down the middle. And that takes me into the conversation I want to have today. Where are you? Or actually, where you were. And the important part of where you were is basically saying, you know what? What did I see before? What did I know before? What did I do yesterday that I might be doing differently today? And so let me give you a little history about me. So I have been a registered entrepreneur. And when I say that, I mean, I literally went through business classes, trainings or whatnot prior to um, being a registered business. And so when I did all of my trainings or whatnot, one of the main things we talked about was registering with the local IR, not local, but state IRS office, registering your business as a business. So after finishing my classes, I registered as a business in February of 1996. So I've been a registered entrepreneur since then. I've been an entrepreneur. I really use that date, February 26, 1999, as my start date. So we're going on 23 years this coming February that I've been an entrepreneur. I've had many ups. I've had more than I can count downs in building my business and looking at where I was. When I started in business, I started creating bath and body products, and I actually have an example on my desk. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I created bath and body products. Now, these are my homemade products. Scent beads, lip gloss, eye gel, lip scrub. These are going in my travel packages. Nonetheless, I handmade these. The bath and body bags that I made back in 1999, and the gift baskets that I made were not handmade products, but I made the baskets. And that's what I wanted to do. My whole thought pattern was I'm creating CKQ gifts because I want the business the business to be named after my kids some kind of way. But I also want to create items for people that I know I wanted, that I was purchasing, and what I wanted them to look like. I hated gift baskets that had a whole lot of filler in them and then like 3 items and I paid $1 million for it. No, that's not what I want at the end of the day. That's not what I want to give someone as a gift. And so I created that business. But what I found out early on within the first few years was that even though I could create, I also really wanted to help. I always wanted to build others. I want to see others make it just like me. Go through the classes I went through. Go through the ups and downs that I'm going through. Go through and build this. But let's try this a little differently. You know, let's I had to rethink where I was. And so even though I started with Bath and Body Products and Gift Back. Now I still make, obviously, but even though I started with Bath and Body Products, I didn't end there. I didn't continue there. I started to write. Hey, viewer, thank you so much for joining. If you're not following me here on Haps, please follow me here on Haps. The only way that I can see your comment with your name is if you register on Haps. Otherwise, if you comment on Facebook, if you're on the Royal Courts, I cannot see your name until after I go to Facebook. If you are here on YouTube, definitely subscribe to YouTube and comment there as well. There is a live chat. So, what I found out early on was that I love to help people and coach people. But did I go into that right away? No. I went into event planning because I loved to plan events. I was planning business events, I was planning networking events. Why don't I just be the event planner? I don't have to make the products, I can just be the event planner. I was trying to fill in the blanks of what, made sense. But in all actuality, it wasn't that it made sense. I was really being a coach on everything. I can tell a bride what to do. I can tell a business owner what to do. I can tell a caterer what to do. I can tell you all of the different things on what to do in that particular setting. But I was also showing people on what to do on settings out your next video, your next marketing piece, your next coaching set. You follow what I'm saying? Your next event. I was telling business owners basically, how to handle this event, but I was telling them how to handle the next event. And so I was coaching them, and I didn't realize how much I was coaching them. Mind you, I'm writing books in the middle of this. Long story short, maybe, that's a little tidbit about me, where I was. And in where I was, it brought me to being Bad Coach Dana. Now, mind you, we're looking at 23 years that I have been an entrepreneur. I've only been Bad Coach Dana for about 10, maybe 10. And the reality of that, yes, it's been about 12 years. And the reality of that is I know how to push you. I know how to encourage you. I know how to give you exactly what you need to move to the next level. And so there was a question that came up in one of my groups, the Royal Courts on Facebook. If you're not part of that group, I would love for you to join. And it was funny because I'm talking about this today, but I want to reflect on her question. Her question was, and she's having this conversation with the Lord about what to do, and some things have changed. And the question was, is it common for the assignment to change? The assignment doesn't change, the road does. When the road changes and you start to see things more clearly as God is giving it to you, what you've done is you've moved off the common road and you moved on to the uncommon road. The Bible talks about the narrow and the wide road. Okay, everyone tries to go down the wide road. Why? Because it's easy. There's no obstacles there. There's nothing to hit. There's no bumpers. I mean, yeah, there's no bumpers. There's no what do we call those? Potholes. On the wide road. And if there are potholes, I can get around those, right? And plus on the wide road, I can bring everybody with me. On the narrow road, it's enough space for you and another person. And you and that other person are going to go through the potholes together. You're going to hit the side railings on that road. You're going to look over the side of the road and it'll look like it's a cliff. Those are the things that happen on that road. And that road is scary. That road is scary. That road is different because everyone doesn't go down that road. They don't like to feel confined. They don't like to feel afraid. And so this is where I come in. Before you even go down that road with this other person, whoever that is, whether it be a business partner, and really I say if you are married, it's you and your husband, period. Because I'm talking to the ladies, okay? But men, yeah, it's you and your spouse. You understand? It's you and your spouse. So before you even get down this narrow road, and you know you're afraid and feeling like you may have made the wrong mistake, I'm with you at the beginning. I'm with you, and we're at the start. And it's like, okay, we're both looking at this road narrow, this road wide, right? And we're standing there, and I'm looking at you, and you're saying, Dana, you asked me what God said. And I'm saying, and you told me you know what God said. And you're saying, but that doesn't, that road over there, that doesn't look like this road look like it might be more my speed. And I'm looking at you like, but that road got God written all over it. And then we turn around and we look at where you've come from. Because see, I come in the middle. I don't come in at the beginning. I'm not for the startups. I'm for the people that have already been doing business and now they need to keep going. Okay? So then we turn around, we look at the road behind us, where you've come from. And I say, that road looked like it might have been a little easy for you. God don't want you to do easy. And you're gonna say, well, that was hard. I had to get started. I had to get inventory. I had to get clients. I had to get services. I had to get this. I had to get that. Okay. So does everyone in business. So that road you were on, hear me, that road you were on, you're not on that road. And that road didn't give you two options. That road only gave you one option. You had to get started. God gave you the gifts to get started. You had to get started. So now you've gotten started, you're making some money, you're making some progress, you're making some content, you're doing all the things that you need to do, right? Now you're at a point of, okay, I'm looking at two roads, the narrow, the wide. And you're looking at me, Dana, what do I do? And I'm saying to you again, what does God say? And you look down that narrow road and you say, I'm supposed to go down the narrow road. Okay, let's go. Now I'm not going to go with you, but I'm going to go with you. Hear me out. Because I said earlier that narrow road is fit for two people. If it's a husband and a wife, y'all got to go down that road together. But guess what? I'm going to be right behind you every step of the way. If it's just you, I'm still going to be right behind you every step of the way because I have to allow for whomever is supposed to walk with you hand in hand to be in that place. So I need to make sure that that space is available. But as Coach Dana, I'm going to walk behind you and make sure you're good. And then we're going to get around this road with all of what we need. See, we're going to get to pothole number one. And pothole number one is going to say, you need your content. You need to work those social media. I don't know how to work that. Oh, we're going to do this. I got teachings on Canva. I got teachings on creating journals. I got teachings on writing your book. I got teachings on starting your podcast. Oh, yes, we're going to do this. You're going to start utilizing your social media. So then we're utilizing the social media and we're going on to the bumper number two. We've hit the rail number two, right? Oh, this hurts. Oh, yes, it hurts because why? All of the people that are contacting you or responding to you on Instagram, they're spam accounts. But in the middle of those spam accounts, somebody found you and said, I like this. You're reaching more accounts on your Instagram, on your Twitter, on your Facebook. Because why? You hit this pothole and you did what you needed to do to fill this pothole. So you fill the pothole and now you hit the side. And the side is showing you all of these different things and you're getting discouraged because these are not real people. But you don't stop there. You hit the rail, but you are not out. You are not crushed. So then you keep going. Okay. And then you go to the other side. You hit the other side of the rail and you're kind of tipped over because why? You're not making that money yet. But guess what? You keep showing up. See, I'm right behind you on this narrow road to keep you from turning around, to keep you from going back to what you're used to. That's what Bad Coach Dana does. That's where I come in. See, I'm remember this song from back in the day, and y'all forgive me, this just came to me, but I'm your pusher, not your drug dealer. I'm your pusher. And the reason why is because I know what it's like to not have anyone push me. When I left corporate America in 2013, 8 years ago, people discouraged me into moving forward. They didn't want me to fail. No, people didn't see me succeeding. But there was one person who said the only reason why I was worried was because I didn't want to see you fail. She has never repeated that it was a bad thing for me to leave corporate America again, because we had a conversation about that. And I know you've seen those memes. What if I fail? What if you don't? And that's where I come in. Because I've been gone from corporate America for 8 years. Yes, I did go and I worked for a local organization to do taxes during the tax season. But I hustled my business in the middle. 2 years ago, I hustled my business in the middle. Last year, I didn't do that. I'm picking up the pieces of that. What you see now is me getting past the fork in the road of where I was, because I stood there helping somebody else. I stood at the beginning of those two, at that fork in the road, helping somebody else. I'm no longer doing that. But in the same breath, I also know what it's like for people to not support you in what you need to do, because it's not a biweekly or bi-monthly income. It is a hustle, struggle, grind. And once you get past the hustle, struggle, grind, you start to look at what's before you, not what's behind you. So this is where I come in. Again, I'm a business and lifestyle counselor for women of faith who find themselves at the fork in the road of their businesses, and they want to grow. They want to find out why I'm standing here. I help you find out why. I help you talk to God, and I help you move forward. If you decide to take the wide road, what I tell you to apply is not going to work in that wide road. Because what I'm telling you to apply is going to apply to you, because God has said, I need you to go down the road that no other is going to go down. I'm going to help you to do what God said to do. Just as simple. As Bad Coach Dana, I bring my experience to the table. And one of the things that I have done this year that I have been trying to do for 5, 6, 7 years, about 5 years, is build the Bad Queens of the Round Table membership network. It's a membership network for women who want to learn, who want to grow, and who want to move differently in their business and in their lives. I had someone remind me last week that I move differently. And not even remind me, just tell me, because that was new to me. I didn't expect to hear something about me moving differently. I just expected to hear someone say, hey, I want to get with Bad Coach Dana, and this is why. She said, I want to get with Bad Coach Dana, and let me tell you fully why. That humbled me so. And because I do walk in humility, this is why I always say to people, what does God say? Before you ever sign up for a class, a program, a coaching service, I always ask, what does God say? Because when you're ready and you can honestly say what God has said to you, and you're ready to work in that, no matter how strange it may look, then we're ready to go. Then I can get you on an investment plan. Then I can say, hey, join the network. Let's do this. Then I can do that for you, because that's who I am. I'm Bad Coach Dana, business and lifestyle counselor, and the original Bad Queen of the Round Table. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember, where you were is not where you are, and where you are may not be where you're going.